All right, listen up.
My name's Tony Trucks.
And I'm Judd Lormond.
And we are here from Paramount Plus's SEAL team. On behalf of the Paramount Veterans Network, we are bringing you another engaging virtual coffee with vets.
That's right. Today we will be welcoming CBS's Big Brother contestants. We're talking about four-time Survivor contestant Cirie Fields and her son, Jared Fields.
And Mecole, Mimi Hayes.
That's right. And Air Force veteran, Felicia Cannon. Today's session will be moderated by the one and only Paramount VetNet's own Betty Diaz.
Today's conversation will cover Black History Month, Big Brother, and community engagement, and more.
So thank you for joining us. Now, enjoy the show. Wheels up.
Thank you, Tony and Judd, for that wonderful introduction. We love you. And for those who don't know, Tony and Judd are our VetNet ambassadors, and we thank them for all they do for the Paramount family and the veteran community. So, welcome, fabulous BB25, my favorite number, house guest. I'm so excited to talk to you all. So, as we celebrate Black History Month, what accomplishments are you most proud of in the community? So let's start with you, Mimi.
You know, for me, I am a proud graduate of Texas Southern University, which is an HBCU in Houston, Texas. And, you know, I'm proud of the fact that HBCUs continue to produce generations of Black women in leadership. When I think about Vice President Kamala Harris, who attended Howard University, or former Georgia State Rep Stacey Abrams, who attended Spelman College, or even media mogul Oprah Winfrey, who attended Tennessee State University, I am most proud of the contributions that they've made in our community and the way that they give back and inspire young women like me. So, yeah.
Awesome. And I see that you're also a sister of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So wanted to shout you out for that. I'm in a sorority too. All right. So Felicia, or Mama Fee, as we all call you.
Mama Fee. Well, you know, just recently, and I'm really excited about this, I got asked to be on a board, Top Dog Wellness and Fitness, and it's a local community here in the Atlanta metro area. And what we're trying to do is actually get a grant where we're going to stand up this community center for young kids at risk. Predominantly Blacks, but anybody can come in. We don't even care. Just kids at risk, and give them something to do. There's going to be mentorship. It's going to be like an after school program. And my brother-in-law is actually going to be trying to stand up like a boxing thing. They say guns down, gloves up.
Ooh.
And just trying to give young people somewhere to go and be surrounded by people that show and demonstrate that they care. And letting them know that, you know, just because things don't look good today, it doesn't dictate where your future is going to lead you. So I'm excited about that. I really am.
That's
excited.
wonderful. I love that. That's actually good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Atlanta.
Okay.
I want a box.
Yeah. I mean, and we want people to give support. So whoever's listening, we need some support.
All right, now we have Mama C.
Well, so what I'm most proud of doing in our community, I was a part of the community outreach team for my employer, and we were able to bring high school students into my operating rooms. We let them come into the robotic room and play with the robot. We had leaders from different departments come and speak with these teens and let them know of the endless opportunities in nursing. We also did community outreach in our senior living spaces. We brought them holiday meals. We had the teens come visit them so they would have some companionship. And we like to keep that going every year because we need nurses in this world. You know that the nursing shortage has been compounded. It was a nursing shortage when I became a nurse 23 years ago, and the shortage has just been compounded. So if you're looking for a career where you can do anything, the dreams are endless. If you want to take care of patients, if you don't want to take care of patients, if you want to be a law nurse, nursing is the field. So come and join us and reach out to your girl, and I can let you know all about it.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, when these kids come in, you don't let them operate on anybody.
Absolutely not. My family goes, my family comes to my operating rooms. Your my community comes to my operating rooms. We only act in the most safest capacity possible.
I'm like, say, I just finished getting out of this.
All right, Jared, you?
I
What are
mean,
you
so
most
for
proud
me,
of?
something that I'm most proud about is being a part of and to see the representation of Black excellence in reality TV. Um, my mom could attest to this, and I'm sure Mama Fee, and I'm not sure how long Mimi be watching, but I'm sure we can all attest to. At a certain time, you didn't see that many Black and brown men and women on reality TV. So now that we have this representation, we're showing people that not only can we be just as successful as those that we watch, but we can also be an inspiration to other kids who look just like us, whether they're
Yep.
Black, brown, white, or purple. It does not matter. And we're just making sure that people understand that we're bigger than just the prejudice and the stereotypes that's instilled upon us. Like, we move so much more past that. And we're showing kids, especially for me, right, as being the only Black man on my season, is like, hey, I'm showing y'all it's all right to mess up. I know all y'all got something to say. It's all right to mess up, right? I done spilled the brown sugar babes and all that, but I'm still here. I still love my family, which is the brown sugar babes, and it's just inspiring to know that, hey, when I'm outside and I'm at my local basketball games, kids are coming up to me and saying, "Hey, you used to play basketball here, now you're on TV, so we could both do the same thing." And I'm like, if I could do it, then anybody can.
There you
And
go.
isn't that amazing, right? You see them in the community and they're like, wait, and you're there. And it's just really nice to see that. All right. So this is the most important question. Well, it's
Wow.
not the most important question, but why did each of you decide to play Big Brother? So let's start with Mama Fee.
Uh, it was a multiple of reasons. I think one, because as I've always said, I've watched it from the very beginning, from the inception, and I just always thought it was a fun show, a great show. Um, it took me 20 something years to apply because I was always working. So the minute I retired, I said, I'm filling that application because I think I can get on there and do that. It just always seemed like a fun opportunity. And then as I got older, I wanted to show that even though I was 63, I could still go on the show and do something. And so just being able to walk through that door became very surreal for me. And after having watched 24 seasons and then to land there on their iconic 25th season, that was amazing to me.
Nice, nice. And Cirie, I mean, the infamous reality star. Why
You know,
Big Brother?
um, it's like Mama Fee said, it's a multitude of reasons. One being I live for the challenge. Once I started living, I'm known as the woman that got off the couch. It just inspired me to see what was out there. There's so many things out there waiting for you in life, but you have to be a part of it. You have to be vulnerable. You have to expose yourself. You have to be fearless. And I wanted my grandchildren and my children, you see one of them here, to see like reach for the stars. If you grab a piece of the moon, you got something, but you're not going to get anything unless you try. And right on the other side of greatness is fear, right? So you have to work through those fears. And that's what I do. I'm kind of like a shy person. I'm not really that outgoing. And I
Really?
tell people that, and they like, yeah, sure, you've been on TV. Yeah, but I am, but I have to put myself out there and let people see. You know how many people come to me and say I inspired them and they're willing to now get off the couch or leave their homes and try different things because I did it. And if I can give that to anybody outside of my family, then I feel like it's a win. Also, once in a lifetime opportunity to play this game with my son. I know so many people want to play this game, period. But to have the opportunity to play this type of game, to be in this arena with my right hand best friend, one of my right hand best friends, because I have 3 sons, how could I have said no?
Yeah.
That's true. Very good. Very cool. All right, Jared, since she's talking about her best friend, her one of 3.
I mean, she pretty much took the words out of my mouth. I mean, watching her obviously get up off the couch and as a single mom and 3 kids, and she's pushing and she's doing these TV shows, it made me understand that, hey, it's all right for you to get up and step outside your comfort zone. One thing that I'm not sure many people know, if I'm not mistaken, I'm probably the only man from my season. I'm the only person from my season, matter of fact, who didn't graduate college. So it's one of those things where you show other people, hey, I might not be as intellectually inclined as the rest, but I'm witty enough, I'm savvy enough, and I'm coachable. I'm willing to learn, so I can be in an environment around absolutely anybody because I'm gonna try my best to adapt. And that was one of my things is coming in when we would sit there and everybody tell their college stories. I'm like, I went to trade school, you know what I mean? I got a CDL. I did things a little bit different than everybody else, but hey, just
And
like
that's
y'all sitting
okay.
here and I'm learning about y'all experience, same thing for y'all, vice versa. And it may inspire the next kid to understand that you don't have to necessarily do that, and not to take away from the college experience. It's amazing. And I encourage everybody to go through that. But also, hey, if college ain't your thing, you could take my path and you could still be in that same position. So that was one of the things that I grabbed from before even applying, just knowing that, hey, I'm a young Black kid with tattoos all over, and I don't sound like everybody else. I got a little bit of a different taste to me, a little bit of different swag to me. And I'm like, hey, I'm bringing this to the forefront and allowing everybody to understand that, hey, I'm fair game. I'm vulnerable, y'all. And I want to show y'all who I am, and let's get it done. And I'm a competitor. At the end of the day, I want to win.
We
So if there's a
know.
chance
We
to do it,
know.
I'm there.
I'm like, we know. We watched this. No, I'm kidding.
We know. Right.
Mimi?
For me, I grew up watching the show. My mom is a super fan who, like Mama Fee, has not missed a season. And so when I applied yet last year, I remember telling myself that I wanted to challenge myself in a different way. I remember thinking, if I could take all of the knowledge and information and skills that I have accumulated over my decade career in politics and apply it to a game like Big Brother, can I translate that success? Can I also be successful in something like this? And I truly did walk into the house feeling like I had all of the skills, all of the tools, all of the assets I needed to win the game. And unfortunately, I fell short this season, but I am still very proud of how I played the game and how I showed up to represent not only myself but my family and my community as well. So
Yes. And
There you
early
go.
on, I was like, I think Mimi's gonna take this.
you know how many times I hear that? Every time I get on the internet, they're like, Mimi, I just knew it was your game to lose. Literally everybody says that to me. So thank you.
I want
All
to
right.
Just vote
piggyback
me
on,
out.
can I
No,
Oh,
piggyback
go
on
ahead. Go
something
ahead.
Jared said? Because when he said about everybody taking their path, and I think the majority of the people in the house did have degrees, but just to put out there for all the young people, do what works for you when it works for you. I didn't get my bachelor's degree till I was 40 and didn't get my master's till I was 50. And
Yeah.
so again, everybody takes the lanes that they want to take when they want to take them. At 22, I wasn't thinking about college. And
Right.
so I applaud you for the trade school. Everybody has to figure out what works for them. And there's no timeline on when you do stuff, if you do stuff. Do
Right.
you. Just do you.
Very
Mama
true.
Fee always coming through, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, man.
I did my undergrad in 2002, and then I didn't do my master's until 2022. So single mom here doing grad school 2 years ago was tough, but
Yeah,
everybody takes their own path, and that's okay.
there you
Yeah.
But
go.
talking about a different path. So Felicia, Mama Fee, you're an Air Force veteran.
Yes,
So first of all, thank you for your service.
thank you.
So what made you decide to join the military?
Well, there was multiple reasons for that too. When I was actually in my late teens and early 20s, I swore I would never go in the military because I lived in an area that had the McCord Fort Lewis. That's a big military area. Um, but things that were just going on in my life, again, back then I didn't go to college. I didn't have a scholarship, didn't have a skill set that I was aware of internally, but I knew that I had ability. But it just seems like the doors weren't opening for me. And I knew I had to leave home in order to find that path. And I think I touched on this a little bit in the show. I was also in a relationship where there was domestic violence. And so I needed an out. And so I said, the only way I can see myself getting out of this, I have to leave, because I honestly felt like if I didn't leave, either I would hurt this person or they would hurt me. I really truly believe that. And when I went in, I told them I wanted to go in as a cop. I said, if I can't be a cop, I'm not going in, because I wanted to learn how to defend myself. And so it's like I wanted to go in and learn how to take care of myself, shoot a gun, all of that, so I could be prepared if another fool ever crossed my path. where I needed to defend myself. So those were really the reasons to get real skills in something, because I knew I had ability, but just needed opportunity. And I
And you
went
know
in,
what?
best decision of my life. And, I went in thinking I was going to do 4 years, and I came out 20 years later.
Wow. Amazing.
Oh,
And we
Thank you for your
applaud you
service,
for
Honesty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
we applaud you for having the courage to, step out and take action, because we know a lot of partners don't do that. So we
Yeah.
really appreciate you,
Thank you.
and serving as a role model to say, hey, you can communicate and get out of a situation if you're in
Yes.
one. So
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
so switching gears a little bit. So Cirie, you are Variety's 40 most powerful women on reality TV that was featured last year in 2023. I
Mm.
actually have a magazine. I need you to sign it. Um, um, so what keeps you coming back to reality TV? I mean, you did shows like Survivor a few times. You did The Traitors, and that was my favorite season when you were on.
Oh,
Um, I will admit that at first I was like, "How dare she?" And then at the end, I was like, "You know what? I actually respect her." I was like, "I love her." But what keeps you coming back to reality TV?
I think it's just the challenge of it all. I think it's to show, again, my children, my grandchildren, my community, that age is just a number. And just like Felicia said, you have to follow your own path. I didn't really start. I started in reality TV when I was 33 years old. That was my first season of Survivor. And once I got that bug, I wanted more. I realized, like, wow, there's so many opportunities that come from these shows. There's so much learning, like just putting yourself out there, you get a mirror shining back to you of yourself. And some of it is good and some of it is not so good. And it gives you the opportunity to make those corrections if you choose, or to just know that here are some of my flaws that aren't so great, but I'm human, I'm normal, and I'm vulnerable. I'm letting everybody see me at my most vulnerable states. So to inspire them, like to know you're okay if you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Felicia's not perfect. Mimi's not perfect. Jared's not perfect, but we're here. And the only way that you're going to know what life has to offer is if you put yourself out there. And sometimes you have to be vulnerable doing it. And you never know what you're going to look what happened to me. Right. I went on a humbug. I just liked the show Survivor. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go try this out. And when I got there and was accepted, I was like, oh, Lord, what have I done? Why didn't anybody stop me? But then after like day 15, and I got to know myself and know the strengths that lives within me that I didn't know. I underestimated my own self for 33 years.
Yeah.
I got to see, like, you are more than what you think you are. And the only way to find out that is to put yourself out there. So that's why I'm always open to try something new, to explore a new game, to try a new avenue, just to see what I get and what I learn.
There you go.
And you're like the godmother of reality, I tell you that much. So
Thank
that's
you.
good. Very inspiring, very
Thank
inspiring.
you. Thank you.
All right, Mimi, with a career in politics, and I know I said this earlier, we all thought you were gonna win this one. How did your skills in politics help you strategize in the game?
I think that it allowed me to show up as a very logical player who was very astute in her observations and very definitive in the decisions that I made and the suggestions that I made to my alliances. It also helped me to navigate the game in a way in which I didn't have any emotion and that I wasn't very erratic. And I think the downside to that, though, is I feel like I was playing the game with a lot of people who oftentimes were erratic and oftentimes operated off of emotion. And Big Brother is a very isolating game, right? You come in and you look for people, you need people because you are cut off from all of your friends and family and outside communication. And I think that some of the house guests may have needed me to be more emotionally supportive than I actually was. But I don't regret. I don't regret it. That's a testament to the time that I spent working in DC politics. So.
And then what would you say you learned during your time at Big Brother that has helped you now in your profession?
I think the biggest takeaway for me has definitely been that I don't always need to be in control. And I'm an only child with a type A personality. So if you would have asked me this question a year ago, control would definitely not have been high on my list. But I go in and I recognize that in order to minimize my threat level, I kind of have to take a backseat role. I can't lead strategy. I can't always lead conversations because I'm going to be outed, right? I come in telling the rest of the house guests that I'm a teacher. And if I start to talk too much or start to show too much of my hand, they're going to pick up on the fact that maybe she does a little more than teaching. So, my biggest takeaway is definitely that I don't always need to be in control. I can delegate and oftentimes take a backseat role, and things will be okay. The world won't end if I'm not in control. So.
See, that's what I mean about playing these games. You get a mirror picture back to yourself, and you like Mimi just said, she sees now that maybe she doesn't need to be in control. You learn so much, just like America learns a lot about you. You learn a lot about yourself playing these different games. And if you get that alone, if you don't get the prize, but you get to know yourself better, then you win.
Yeah,
There you
That's
go.
very true.
Very true.
I need to go into reality TV then. Vote me out right away, though.
100-day stint. Go ahead and do a 100-day stint. You'll be
Don't
okay.
vote me out
No,
day one.
don't start with the 100 days. No, ma'am. No,
No,
ma'am.
no.
Don't.
Start with a
Do that.
30-day something.
39.
25
39
days.
was good. Woo-wee.
All right, so Jared and Cirie, you came into the household with the huge secret that lasted throughout the game. So bravo. And the secret was that you were playing together as mother and son, and no one knew about it. So I mean, how hard it was for you to keep the secret, Cirie. We know that Jared spilled the beans to Blue. And we were yelling at the screen. But anyway, and then we knew that Izzy knew already, right?
Right.
So how hard was it? Was it a relief for you, Cirie,
No.
that Izzy knew? Or was
Absolutely.
it
Well,
stressful?
in hindsight, it could have been a relief. But I didn't know Izzy from a can of paint, right? And even though Izzy swore to me that she would keep the secret, people swear about a lot of things in these games. So just on her word alone, I'm a person that action speaks louder than words, and I need to see that action align with those words that you're saying before I jump out the window and be like, "Oh, I'm so relieved. Izzy's going to keep my secret." No, I was never relieved about the secret. I was not relieved until day 93 when I walked out of the door and sat on the stage and talked to Julie about the secret, because I would have went to my grave with that secret. Jared, I would have went to my only because of the way it could be place a target on you. If I could have revealed that secret and not have a bigger target than anyone else in the house, then I would love for people to know. I want the world to know, look, this is my son. I love him. Look, and we get to play this together. But in these type of games, numbers means targets, and especially a familiar number like that, where they know they're never going to turn against you. It would have just it could have been disastrous for us. We just lucked out.
Now, Jared. I feel like you probably get the scolding all the time.
Oh,
What
yeah,
had you trust
nothing.
Blue? I mean, thankfully she didn't say anything, but what had you trust her? Because she was a bit sporadic in what she would say to people in the game.
Well, the reason I decided to trust Blue, because some of our very early on conversations consisted of, listen, whatever we decide to exchange personally, we're not going to use for advancement in the game. And just kind of like what my mom said, a word is a word, right? Somebody could promise you anything, but it was just a certain level of loyalty that I felt with Blue that was very hard to come by in the house. And ultimately, she proved that by keeping a secret. So, I mean, my read there was somewhat right. As much as people want to scold me for telling and whatnot, my read there was right. And when you're in a game like that, where I can't just go and talk to my mom, even with the Brown Sugar Babes, mind you, we in an alliance, but even still, we looking at who's closer to who in this alliance. So let me not sit too close to Mama C. Let me not sit too close to Mimi or Mama Fee for that instance. And like I said, people are constantly in this game trying to find out the more. So it's super complicated when you're playing with somebody else, because I come from a different cloth where it's like, if I'm with my brother, sister, mother, whoever, if you my family, like, I'm going to bat for you. It's nothing that anybody could do to stop me from going to bat for you. And in a game like Big Brother, it's much easier to play by yourself because the only thing you got to do is worry about how you make it to the next day. But in this game, and mind you, I'm a rookie playing with a all-star, a veteran, matter of fact. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to be easy with these moves because even the move that you may think is excellent, even if it was okay, that veteran going to be able to pull you to the side and be like, nah,
And
this is why you need to change it up.
And she did.
And she did. And she did. And
there were a couple of times.
And that was one of my biggest things. And she told me that going on to the game. Play your own game. Obviously, we can't be together too much, but play your own game, make your own decisions. And even though I might curse you out for some of your decisions after, at least you know that you played your own game.
Yeah. Can I say how shook I was when I walked out on that stage and Julie asked me, and I was like, I'm going through options. And she said, Jared, I about jumped through the roof. I was like, okay, what?
You were shocked.
I was shook. I'm like, I was squealing. I'm like, I look at them every single day. Not one day did it ever cross my mind. Never. Not one day.
Mama Fee was shocked up into the point where I was speaking. Even when I was like, my mom is, Mama Fee like, wait, it gotta be me. It ain't no way.
At one point I was like, does Mama Fee think it's her? That she's the mom?
Well, we did well.
I'm sitting there looking at Mimi and Kirsten thinking they were sisters. And when they said you two, and then I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I looked at you and I'm like, damn, they look just alike.
They look, now I'm like, silly girl. Silly girl. silly girl.
Stupid. But it all made sense. Once you found it out, it was like, okay, there it is. There's the light bulb.
Yeah.
You're like, that's why they were kind of like always defending a certain.
I think back to Zombie Week. I remember Zombie Week when Jared was on the teeter, whatever it was called, the little teeter, and everything was dead quiet up there. Like it was like pins and needles. And so Cirie was rooting him on. No, stand up, go back. And I was like, really invested in this.
Right. I kept thinking you're doing a little much, Cirie. You letting everybody know you want Jared.
That's my baby.
How about on the
protective mama mode?
I don't know if y'all remember when I fell off the wall.
The wall. Oh, the wall.
But Mama Fee was the same way. Mama Fee said.
No, they had a Mama Fee and Miss Cirie had a prayer circle. I should have known they were having that prayer circle in the back. I should have known something was up. I walked in and they were holding hands, praying. I was like,
oh man.
Listen, I reached over to Felicia. I said, pray for Jared. Let's pray for Jared right now.
I said, oh, okay. And we closed our eyes praying right there on the stage. I said, come on, God.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Jared was Mama Fee's son in the house, so of course he's gonna pray
You're
for
right.
him.
And Cirie and I have to laugh. Now I said, I know she was sitting there saying, I'm sick of this heifer acting like she really got that kind of relationship with my son.
No, it was funny to me. You know how I was thinking? I was saying, wait until she find out. You kept saying, he's just like my son. He's just like my son. And I said to myself, I know, Felicia, but he is my son.
we love who love us. So even for the Izzy's of the world, when I was, me and Izzy had our little rough moments and our rough patches, it was like, you know what? I don't even care about whatever this is, because the bigger picture is the fact that you love somebody that I love and you're going to hold them down the way I will hold them down. And that's why I always told you, Mama Fee, me and your relationship was exactly that. I can have that same relationship with my mom right there because ain't no love lost. And as long as you loving me and doing right by me and vice versa, that's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah. It was beautiful to see that relationship develop between Mama Fee and Jared too. So I was like, that is her son. I know it's Cirie's son, but that's her son too. Well, speaking of dynamics in the household, Cirie and Felicia, Mama Fee and Mama C, the dynamic was very endearing, at least for the fans. We all were rooting for you two, like, my goodness, like we can't get enough of them. Like we got to see them together because you guys are naturally funny, like just dynamic. The chemistry was amazing. Yeah. So many people want to see more of you two. So are there any plans, like a show together, a podcast, anything together?
Listen, we are totally open. We discussed in the house maybe taking that kayak buddy trip because I've never been in a kayak. She's never been in a kayak. Why don't we
Right.
get in this kayak and let the world watch? Come on the adventures with Mama C and Mama Fee. We
When
have
you
discussed. I'm sorry.
when you guys were in that kayak,
Oh,
it was funny. Just I was like,
Don't
how are they
even
gonna move
remind
around
me.
that house with that kayak? And
it ended
Not
up
one of
not
our
being as
best
bad
moments.
as it ended up not being as bad as we thought. I think the funniest moment was, and I just saw the video again, is when we were in the kitchen and we had fixed our tea and we were thinking, now how are we
How
gonna
we
get
gonna get
outside?
them?
And so it's like, help!
What about
who
when y'all
helped
had
you
to
guys?
go upstairs?
Who helped you guys
Yeah.
when you got stuck?
Going upstairs, that's another testament. If you don't try, you'll never know. Because we sat on that couch for 3 days and we were like, how
Yes.
we gonna get we ain't gonna get this thing upstairs. And when we took it upstairs, it was way easier than we thought. So you never know until you actually try, and you may surprise yourself, as we did that day taking a kayak upstairs, right, Felicia?
Yeah. We said, man, we sat downstairs all this time and we could have been coming up here.
Yeah, yeah. So I do know that Felicia and her son have a podcast. Jared, me, and Izzy have a podcast. I've extended an invite to Felicia. So some way we'll come together. I'll go on theirs. They'll come on ours. But we
Yes.
are open to shows that can increase our adventure. We're a certain age in life, and we want to put out there to the community, age is just a number. Do
Age
not
is
let
just a
age
number.
limit your lifestyle. You can do all that you dream of, no matter what age you are. My grandmother is going to be 103 on May 25th.
Wow.
Okay. And she still lives up by herself. She has a male friend. She still gets the best out of
Grandma
life.
got a
So
boyfriend?
I you know, grandma got a boyfriend, Mr. Terry. Stop it.
Hey,
I
Miss
want
Terry.
to live life at its fullest. I let a lot
Yeah.
of time go by being on the couch up until my 33 years. And now I want to explore all that life has to offer. And I want my children to do the same, and my grandchildren.
Yes.
Nice.
And
So
so
we're gonna have
anything that Paramount CBS wants to,
put together.
we are
Yes.
in the
Put it
game.
in the
I told
universe.
we talked about Amazing Race, and I said, now I don't know that we could get to the end and win, because Amazing Race
Show them
is
that we could do it.
physical, but we could get out there and we could try, and I believe we could get pretty
Right.
far.
That
I
is
think,
Yes.
Felicia, I think we would go further than people would expect us to.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's been the key to my success. The people always underestimate me. They take a look
Yes.
at me and they determine, and they'll take a look at you and me and determine how far we could get. And then that just fuels my fire to prove them
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
I mean, the
I mean, but
game, you guys were top 4, top 5.
I was gonna say,
Who would have
y'all are
thought,
top four,
right?
top
Who
Right.
would
Who
have thought that
Who
you
would
two
have
were gonna
thought?
make it that far?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
wisdom.
There
yes,
you go.
wisdom and the dynamic between you two was amazing. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you were all in an alliance called the Brown Sugar Babes. Who came up with that name?
Mama Fee.
Felicia, go ahead. This is
Mama
yours.
Fee.
You got
Mama
it.
Fee.
When we were, I don't even remember what day it was, but we were sitting there talking about how we should come together. And I think I remember telling you guys that my aunt, before I
Yeah.
came on the show, had made me a t-shirt that was called, it said Brown Sugar. I think it said Brown Sugar Babe or Brown Sugar Felicia or something like that. And they wouldn't let me bring the shirt on. And we were sitting there talking about us. And I said, we should be the Brown Sugar Babes. That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Very true.
And it just stuck. It just
Yeah.
it just
And
stuck.
we were like, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there were
Yeah.
no objections. Everybody was
I
like,
wasn't even privy to the conversation. I was just told, yo, we the Brown Sugar Babes. I said, you're right.
Okay.
I said, you're right. I looked around. I said, you're right. Let's do it.
And the one thing out of all the other alliances, nobody ever knew about the Brown Sugar Babes until,
Yeah.
you know, our mess up. And then we blew up. And then I started running my mouth and Corey was sitting in the room listening on the outside. And that's when the house found out about the Brown Sugar Babes. But we had
Yeah.
kept that secret.
Never. Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
give the Brown Sugar Bacon some credit too, because that was what was.
the brown sugar bacon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's go. Let's go.
I done came home making brown sugar bacon now, Cirie.
Yes, man.
Okay, I made some yesterday morning. Sure did.
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you gonna brand it and make one for your and call it the Brown Sugar Babes Brown Sugar Bacon and sell that?
There's an idea.
Now
What's
you
up,
just
y'all?
said something. Now you
What's up?
Okay.
Now
In my
you
new
just
cookbook, I need to put that recipe in there and call it Cirie's brown sugar bacon.
Okay.
okay.
I'd buy it. I'd buy it.
And you know
Okay.
what's funny? You know what's funny? Our podcast is called Mother Knows Best, or does she? And the or does she comes in where people don't know, Felicia, and just because you said that, I got the brown sugar bacon from Jared.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You need to say it twice for the people in the back. No.
I really did. He was like, "Ma, let me show you this bacon." He came over and he made it with. I said, "Oh," and I only make my bacon that way now, so I have to give credit where credit is due. I got that from him.
All right.
Sounds
All
delicious.
And Mimi had the kale salad because I'm telling you, I done came
Yeah.
home eating the kale salad too.
Okay. And I want to add the caveat that the kale is massaged, just in case y'all were, the kale is being
Massage.
properly massaged. Okay. No fear. The kale is being properly massaged. Yes.
You guys.
Well, Mimi, you've hosted a few lives with your fellow house guests.
Yep.
And in my opinion, you're really good at moderating.
Thank
You
you.
probably could do this better than I can. Any plans for you creating a podcast or hosting something down the road?
Yes, I've gotten a ton of inquiries about hosting and moderating events over the spring, which I'm super excited about. And I am interested in creating my own podcast. You know, I have a bachelor's degree in journalism and speech communication. I grew up wanting to be a news anchor and, ended up,
Yeah,
working
that's
in
right.
politics, but it's always been a dream of mine, using my voice to inspire other people and just really using the art of storytelling to get stories out there and to reach more people is always something that has been near and dear to my heart. So thank you for listening to the conversations that I've hosted with the rest of my house guests. And Miss Cirie and Jared, you two are the only two, or probably two of a couple that I haven't had on there. So we're gonna talk offline so we can get y'all.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna get that together.
Yes, yes.
So that's it. You
Absolutely.
heard it here first.
Yeah.
Mama C and Jared are going to Mimi's live.
Yeah, that's right.
For sure.
So Jared,
Absolutely.
if you had the opportunity to go back to Big Brother, what would you have done differently that you think would help you stay in the game longer? Winning the game.
Honestly, I think it is almost every single day. The first thing I always come up with is like, okay, I would rather play a more progressive game than an aggressive game. The play style that I come from is just like, hey, play by play, go as hard as you can. Don't even think about what's next. Finish what you got in front of you. And in a game like Big Brother, you have to be a little bit more calculated than that, right? Every single move is gonna affect you in 30 days, 2 days, maybe 5 days, who knows? But it's definitely gonna affect you down the road. And another thing I would do is I would take heed to what people show you. A lot of the times in any game, but especially Big Brother, people wear their next move within their body language. You can almost tell, like, in Mama C, I know you the goat at this, and even Mimi and Mama Fee, y'all can all attest to it, but I remember having specific conversations with Mama Fee, and she like, yep, I'm going home. I already know, I feel it. And she was right. And even with Mama C, where she would be like, yeah, you might want to just go back up there and check. And that's one thing that I didn't take heed to too much, because kind of like what Mimi was saying earlier, when I make my decision, I'm definitive in that. And I don't really want to do too much back and forth, but you got to be more complex. You got to be a little bit more fluid in a game like Big Brother. So I think, just to wrap it up, I would definitely be more progressive. And like I said, I would pay more attention. And for everybody who want to hear it, I'll listen to my mom more. All right.
There you go.
Yes, we were yelling at the screen. Listen to Cirie. What are you doing?
I do it. I throw that in there. Y'all right. Y'all right. Y'all right.
I was like,
Because mother knows best.
Oh, does she?
Yes.
all right, I know we spoke a little bit about this, about joining other reality shows, but if you had the opportunity to join a reality show, what would it be, Mimi?
Oh, listen, I'm a reality TV baby. So from, Amazing Race to The Challenge to Traitors,
The
to
challenge.
Deal or No Deal Island, The Circle.
Yeah.
I'm a reality TV girl, so I love them all, and I think that I could do well in all of them.
Awesome. What about you, Jared?
Hey, I'm ready to go compete, so I'm looking forward towards pretty much anything thrown my way. Some of the main ones being The Challenge, Survivor, and definitely The traitors.
Oh, we
You
love
should
the
go on The
traitors.
Bachelor, Jared. You should go on The Bachelor. Oh,
Come on now, Mama.
No,
Come on, Mama.
no,
This
Jared
might be,
at The
it might be too
Bachelor.
much
Oh,
out
I
there.
would be
I
sad.
ain't looking for nothing now, Mama. For you try to get me,
Jared, if you did the
try to
Bachelor,
get me married.
I could see Mama C and Mama Phoebe on either side of you,
Oh
helping to
my
coach you to
God.
help pick these women. That would be
okay.
cool.
And when I tell you, they would make the perfect contrast. Mama Phoebe, and mind you, right? They'll come to conclusions every once in a while where they agree, and then they'll be like, nah.
Nah.
Welcome back to
We'll
Big
have
Brother.
the Bachelor with the mamas.
Hell no, you don't leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Because mind you, y'all done both gave me some advice in the
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So it started on Big Brother and it's gonna end on The Bachelor.
Oh
house.
no.
I just want to be a consultant. Let me pick the contestants. That's all.
There we go.
I'll get you a good group, brother. Don't worry. I'll get you a good group. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
it's gonna be ran by the brown sugar babe.
Let's do it. I trust her. I trust her. I trust her.
So
Exactly.
yeah, The Bachelor
They need to
by
get
the
they need
brown
to get a
sugar.
show called The Brown Sugar Babes. Now I don't know what
Yes.
we gonna do something.
We just live in
Absolutely.
a house. Let's just live us four live in the house for 1 month.
Oh my
Me and
God.
Mimi
It'd
gonna
be
get into 12
hilarious.
arguments.
Yeah.
Mama Fee and Mama C gonna get into 13 arguments.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tell Felicia, leave me alone. I know how to make my own bacon. She gonna tell me how to make my own bacon.
And I'll have to
Oh,
just
I miss
I'll have
y'all.
to just keep telling myself, shut up, Felicia.
Oh man, y'all
So
are crazy.
what advice would you guys give to someone who's considering applying for Big Brother? And are there any strategies you would give them?
I think Jared hit one of the main things that you must be in any of these games is fluid. And some of the advice I gave Jared before going into this house, I used to be the type of person, and when I first started playing Survivor, if you crossed me, you were dead to me. There was nothing you could do or say that would ever make me work with you again. And that is not the right strategy. You have to be open to working with things are going to happen in these games. You can't take it personally. You have to be able to work with someone who just wrote your name down 2 minutes ago. And now you have to strategize with them. Before those doors will be closed, you have to expect the unexpected and believe the unbelievable, because things that happen in these games are not the same like in the real world. In the real world, if your friend crosses you or does you wrong or X's you out, you're not going to speak to that person for a while. You may need some time to get over it. You don't have that opportunity in these games. These games, time is money. So you have to get over it and be open to working with the enemy, so to speak. You have
It's
to
a
be
game.
fluid and
It's a
flexible.
game.
Yeah.
Okay. Mimi?
I think my biggest piece of advice is to make unlikely allies. As I mentioned earlier, you come into these games, which are very isolating, and you quickly look for a friend or you look with people that have similarities to you. But I do think that it's important to work with people who are unlikely allies, because to Miss Cirie's point, you never know who you're going to need down the road. So it's
Mhm.
important to diversify your portfolio of allies.
I used to say that in the diary room. I need to diversify my portfolio. That's why I had so many alliances, Mimi.
Got
Yeah,
to.
you were like the hub because you were in an alliance for everybody in the
You
We
had
be
too
sitting
many,
there
Miss
talking,
Cirie, and I
we
didn't
be
have
sitting
enough.
there
That's the
talking and
problem.
say, which alliance is that we talking about?
Oh, I
Right.
remember you saying that,
Right.
Mama P.
Or Miss Cirie coming to me in the bathroom like, so it's me, you, Jag, Blue. I'm like, no, I ain't in no alliance with Jag.
I'm like, girl, let me know, because I'm confused now. Who is this again?
I've never worked with them before.
Mimi, that was her just trying to fish out alliances.
I was like, no.
No, keep it a buck. I was confused.
So I know we touched on this in the very beginning. What philanthropic or charitable endeavors are you engaged with and is important to you? So I'll start with you, Mimi.
For me, it is a presidential election year, and there are several congressional seats that are also up for re-election. So, I'm really excited in this season to support organizations like Next Gen America or When We All Vote or Black Girl Vote, who are really doing the work to ensure that young people know about the political process in this country and encouraging them on their journeys to take part in our democratic voting system. So, yeah.
Awesome. And Cirie?
So I support the Children's Miracle Network, who they receive and take care of every child that walks through their door at all 41 locations, no matter the cost, no matter the diagnosis. So it's near and dear to my heart because it is, and I am a nurse by trade. And a lot of people with children and these horrible diagnoses can't afford the quality of care that the Children's Miracle Network provides for them. So I'm a huge supporter of them, as well as the ASPCA. As long as I've grown up, we've sheltered animals. We've had every type of animal. I get that from my mother. We've had, you name it, we had it. You lizard, bird, cat, turtle, snake, you name it. Which my mother wasn't too happy of. They didn't last too long because that was my sister's snake, and my mother was not too into snakes. But we always support the ASPCA. Like my mother gets all of her pets. Most of our pets have come from the ASPCA. So near and dear to my heart.
Nice. And Jared?
Currently, I'm a part of a foundation known as the La Promesa Foundation, which is a foundation that honors academically talented Hispanic students and provide resources for them to have a higher education, which we'll be doing a charity basketball event for on April 6th. So if y'all want to come out and see my jump shot or whatnot, then definitely that. And also what I like to do now that I have a platform, and even before just sharing the platform with my mom, who had fans, I always like to support local Black businesses. Just to name a few: Forever Worldwide Incorporated, Everybody Eats, and Fallen Knights Clothing is just a few to name that I support by bringing them onto my platform, whether it's promoting their clothes or whether it's going to their store. My mom and I were actually planning on going up to the Everybody Eats location, which is a great food location, and just kind of sitting down and getting an understanding of how this young Black man from Norwalk, Connecticut came out to make his own business and to be feeding millions of people. And it's just multiple things like that I'm a part of. And I'm still willing and open to support any young Black businesses or any young business that's positive for that matter.
Awesome. Mama Fee?
Well, as I mentioned, the Top Dog Wellness and Fitness, that's for disadvantaged kids. Through the real estate that I do, we support a group called Sunshine Kids, and that's kids with cancer. And so it's kind of like the Make-A-Wish Foundation, trying to just give them hope for, the future. And even if the future, they know that at some point it's going to take them down, it's still giving them those wishes of hope that, that kind of something. So it's Sunshine Kids, bringing a smile to their face. But my biggest thing that I really want to do is through the real estate realm is first-time home buyers. We have so many, particularly people of color. We always tell ourselves we can't. And so a lot of people of color, they rent their whole lives and they never own a house. So you spend 40 years, 50 years giving somebody else money every month when you could get your stuff together, get your finances in order, learn to be financially responsible, and put that money towards your own something and leave something for somebody behind you. Black people in particular, we have to learn to start leaving a legacy. We can't just think about what we're doing today and it's all about me, and when I die, I don't care. We have to start thinking about generations after us and how we're going to make them be better off than where we were. And so if I could, if nothing else, if I could get young people of color to start moving towards, I want to own my own house. And I want to be able to take care of it and go a small house to a bigger house and let my kids be able to have something when I'm gone. That's my goal in life. Whatever time I have left, that's the move I want to push towards.
That's awesome. Love that.
Yeah. Love that too.
So I'm actually attending a charity event in a couple weeks for, well, have you heard of the game Squid Games, the challenge?
Yes, yes, that's
Mhm.
another one of them games I want to go on.
Would you join?
Yeah,
Would you
me
guys join?
too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Y'all will be
I just
good.
finished watching that. That was off
So
the
did I.
chain.
Wasn't it good?
It was
It
good.
was
It was
so
really good.
good. It's not too strenuous. It is a little mentally taxing, but I'm up for it. I
I'm up
love
for it.
Squid Game. I binge watched it, and I couldn't wait. Like, wait a minute, what's going to happen?
Squid
It was
Games,
good.
Trust, and The Mole. Very good games.
Oh,
But
the
the only
The
mole was
trust
good.
was
right,
good.
The Mole was
Yeah,
good. Now the thing about Squid Games, though, it really is it's a game of a lot of chance.
it
There's a
is.
lot
But that's
Yes,
there's
what
a
it
I
is.
like.
lot of stuff you can't control in that game, but I still think it would be
Yeah.
I love it.
fabulous to be on it.
You know, I'm a gambler. So as a
Yes,
gambler,
yes,
that's right up my alley. The same with the Deal
yes.
or No Deal Island that premiered last night. I'm like, wait a minute. Actually, they sent me. Listen, I was
I
so
saw
excited.
your unboxing. I saw your unboxing.
They
Deal or
sent
No Deal Island is good.
I said, they sent me a briefcase. Could it be $2 million?
Cirie, I was cracking up because when you were unboxing, you had a little girl with you, and
My
then
granddaughter.
you were
Okay.
talking to her about. I commented on your page, by the way, because you were talking about the digital camera, and I said it was the digital camera for
Oh,
me.
that was you?
Yeah.
That was me, because I was like, these kids do
Yeah.
not know that you
I have
had to
no idea.
put it in the store, wait
Yeah.
like a week,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
find out if those pictures came out.
Yeah,
Right,
she
exactly.
like, take a picture, Lola. I'm like, no, honey, you gotta turn the thing, you gotta press the thing. It ain't that easy. These two old school cameras.
Oh man.
You said old school. I said, oh Lord, am I getting up there that old? Because anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
so
But that's a blessing.
they're having a charity event, the Squid Game. There's like 40 of them that are going. There's people from Survivor going, there's people from Big
Wow.
Brother. And I'm
Yes.
like, this is gonna be in Philadelphia on March 9. And
Oh,
one of the charities is Wounded Warrior Project, who we work with a lot. And
Oh.
then they have Alex's lemonade sandwiches for children with cancer. So that's what
mm.
it's supporting. So just FYI, if you guys are in the Philadelphia area, want to go, there's a lot of reality stars going. So
Nice.
Oh,
shouting
wow.
them out.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for sharing your time with us. But before we wrap up, tell us what is next for you all and how we can support you. So Mama Fee.
Again, I'm just doing a lot of I'm trying to just bring on, and I say random people, and I don't say that in a demeaning way, but just kind of what Jared touched on in the beginning. Everybody has their own walk, their own path, and I want people to understand and to appreciate who they are. So love who you are, live life through your lens. And so just
Exactly.
picking random people that say, I'd like to come on live with you and just let the world see who they are, find out what their story is. I think if everybody learns to appreciate others for who they are and their walk, that we'd be a much better place. And so that kind of stuff, just getting out again, trying to do stuff to help our communities, to realize that the sky is the limit, that don't ever put yourself in a box and tell yourself what you can't do. Dream big and then chase the dream. Believe in the dream and chase the dream. And then whatever Paramount, CBS, NBC, ABC, whatever they want me to do, all
I
of
gotta put
that,
that in there. Mama Fee's like, I
all
gotta
of
put
that,
that
I'm
in
willing
there.
to give you. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Well, Mama
Call
Fee,
me, call me.
how can we follow you? What's your Instagram account?
Felicia.cannon.9.
Okay. And
Felicia.cannon.9. And mama-feed.com. That's where you can go and get Mama Feed gear. Oh, I'm
yes, I
doing
have
that.
my Faith of a Mustard Seed hoodie. I was gonna wear it today and I forgot, but I do have it. I have it, the black one.
Come on, God.
There we
I'll
go.
take a picture and then DM it to you on your Instagram.
Yes, yes.
There we go.
What about
Absolutely.
you, Mimi? How can we support you? What are you doing?
You know, for me, my hair was a hot topic amongst the house guests, amongst
What?
amongst the fans, even still to this day, I have literally gotten thousands of inquiries about my hair. So I am really excited to be in the process of producing my own hair extensions and hair care line, really in production. So, if all goes well, we will be launching this summer or early fall. So I'm really excited for
Oh,
that.
good for
And,
you.
follow
That's
me on social
wonderful.
media. I am on all platforms at Mimi_Hayes.
And that's Mimi, Meme.
That's right. M-E-M, not meme, but Mimi, M-E.
I mean,
Because I
there you
get
go,
people walk up
Mimi.
to me in the grocery store. They're like,
Actually,
"Hey, meme." I'm like, "Oh, girl, that's not."
you know what's funny? You had a lot of meme moments because
Yes.
there was time when we were watching you live and you would talk to yourself, but you were talking to us. And I'm like, she is so funny. I can't. Because you'd be like in the kitchen going, am I going to do this? And they think that I got this going. And I'm like, had a lot of meme moments, Mimi.
That's the first night running in heels.
What about you, Jared?
So next for me is I'm just focusing mainly on my mom and I's podcast, Mother Knows Best, or does she?
She does.
I'm really trying to, just kind of focus all my energy towards there and really hone in on making this a platform that people could come to and watch every day for a difference of opinions. Not just, if the moms want to come in and listen to what Mama C got to say, or the young sons want to come in and listen to what I got to say, or whoever may be in the middle, right? I have a middle brother, and he might feel we right both ways. And also, I'm just gonna be posting a lot more fashion content and exclusive content throughout my Twitter and my Instagram. A lot of people sort of like kind of what Mimi was saying. I was getting a lot of good and bad inquiries on my style of choice. So I'm like, you know what? Since y'all so interested, let me show y'all what I decide to wear in the morning. So you can find a lot more of that at the Real Cirie Fields, and that's Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome. And then Mama C.
Well, most recently coming up, I have the I hope I'm saying this right. It's the Arts Voice Awards. I'll be presenting is for casting directors. That's on March 7th. Then
Okay.
I'll be making appearances, play Louisville and play Tennessee. It's like a drag. They're like drag bars that asked me to come and just hang out and sign autographs. That's on March 15th. I'll be in Kentucky, and March 29th, I'll be in Tennessee. Hopefully I'll run into Riley, maybe Corey in America
Nice.
can come
Oh.
through. I'm hoping I'll reach out to those guys while we're there.
When is that? When are you going to be in Tennessee?
March 29th.
Okay.
March 29th, Tennessee, and March 15th, Kentucky.
Mama Fee's driving over.
All right,
She's
I'm
driving.
getting ready to drive up to Nashville.
Family trip. I hear family
Make this
trip.
a Hot Mess Express. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Brown, what is it? The brown
Izzy
sugar
already
babe
bought her
road trip.
tickets. Jared's going to be there. Izzy's going to be there. We can make this a thing now, Mama Fee. Come
Listen, do a road trip.
Mimi, what up, Mimi? I know you're not too
So,
far. You're
That's
not
not
too busy.
far at all.
Right.
I'm gonna get in the car. Send me some info. I'm coming.
I will. I got you. I would love to
real.
see you. That is amazing. Also, we got a Mother Knows Best, or does she? I'm more towards the Mother Knows Best portion. Like Jared said, it's a podcast. Currently, we're just talking all things reality, but we want to provide perspective from a range of people. Like Jared said, the moms and the Gen Xers may agree with me, but then you'll have the millennials and the Gen Zs that have their opinions, and they may agree with what Jared has to say, but Mother always knows best. I'll just leave it at that.
yes. I'm Gen X, and I agree with you, Cirie.
I would never win. You see how the tables is just turned against me, back against the wall. I would never win this one.
And I'm Cirie_Fields on all platforms, except for Mother Knows Best on YouTube. It is Mother Knows Best #McBods.
Awesome. All right. We loved having you all. This was such a fun interview. I really appreciate you all coming again to be part of the Paramount VetNet Coffee with Vet session. And again, Mama Fee, thank you for your service. And everybody,
Yes.
thank you for just bringing love and light and fun into our TV homes and our screens, because no matter what, you all did make a good impact for us. So I wish you much success in your future endeavors. I am following you all. I'm making sure that all my friends are following too, because you guys are amazing. And I love what you all are doing next. So thank you again for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Squad, I'll see y'all later.
And
I'll talk to you.
if I'm not following all y'all, I'm going to start following you right now. Jared, I'm looking at you.
I'll follow everybody already.
Who hot?
Don't
Mama
even
Fee's
try.
doing Mama Fee things.
Mama
She's
Fee.
doing mama fee things.
I am, because you know
doing
I
a
can't see. I'm
you
all
pulling
up
a
in the
Mama Fee
screen.
right now. See, just so y'all know, that's the real her right
This
there.
is the real mama fee. Oh my
Is-
God.
Listen,
I'll DM you, Mama Fee. I'm gonna DM you.
DM me.
I got you.
All
All
right,
y'all.
guys. This was
All
a
right,
lot of fun. Thank you for having
It
me.
was.
Thank
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you all
Everybody
for
take
having
care.
us.
Thank you
Smooches.
guys.
Bye, Trinise.